Well, in this week's Made in Oklahoma moment, we pop in on Chef Kurt and David Brooks as they whip up a holiday pie crust.
Hi, I'm Chef Kurt Fleischfresser at the Tasting Room in Oklahoma City, and I'm here with David Brooks from Shawnee Mills. David, how you doing?
Doing well.
Excellent. Well, this is a good segment for you to be in because we're using a bunch of products.
Yeah, and we're making pie.
And pie. Pie's a good one for you, too. Well, we've got some great pies that are already made, ready to serve and everything else. I thought I'd make one pie dough from scratch and how to handle it. And I'm taking 2 cups of your all-purpose flour, taking a teaspoon of salt, usually use kosher salt. I'm taking 2/3 of a cup of butter, cold, unsalted butter. Highland.
You can't beat
Highland
butter.
makes great butter. And you know, you can do different combinations of fat. We actually, when we do savory stuff, we actually use some duck fat and to make like empanadas and stuff. But people will use lard or different things, and that's more of a textural deal. But this is the really decadent version. So all I'm going to do is take 2 forks and crumble the butter up until I have just little chunks. I don't want it to be completely homogenized. I'm just trying to make it all kind of come together. And once I've got the butter kind of broken down, I'm just going to take between 4 and 6 tablespoons of ice water to bring the whole thing together.
How come ice water?
Because I'm keeping everything cold, and that's what's going to make the crust very tender.
Okay.
If I use warm water, it's going to melt the butter, and it will take away from it being nice and flaky.
Okay.
And with the forks, as I'm adding this, you could actually measure that out if you wanted to, but it's going to look kind of crumbly. But once I switch over from the forks and start bringing it together with my hands, I don't want to overwork it, but at the same time, you have to bring it just enough to where it kind of comes together.
Plus, that looks fun.
Yeah, it is. It's good for you, too. So tell me a little bit more about Shawnee Mills.
Well, the flour you're using here has come from our mill. We get most of the flour from western Oklahoma, which is where all the wheat fields are in Oklahoma. Yeah. We take it to our mill, run it through about 7 floors of our mill, take it down, and it comes out as that beautiful white product you see there. It only ships about 35 miles from Shawnee, Oklahoma, into the local grocery stores here, which makes it good for the environment. I mean, there's not a lot of truck fumes on our product, and we are the only in-state flour mill, and so it's got to be fresher.
Well, and that's great, too. I mean, a lot of my friends, the restaurant business, request that your flour because they are working with neighbors, and a lot of local farmers we work with on products also do wheat and things like that, so it's a very good relationship to have.
Right, and MIO companies like we're one of, we have over 20,000 employees, over $3 billion in sales, and all of that money stays in the state to help with roads, schools, bridges, all of the things that we need help with the state economy.
Oh, definitely. And then what we do, we have our dough. It kind of looks a little bit like it's a little dry, except what will happen is we wrap that in plastic like this and chill it for about an hour, and what winds up happening is the moisture is absorbed into the flour, and you still have little pieces of butter in there that makes it nice and flaky. And if you mix it all the way so that it's too homogenized, it won't have those little flecks and it won't be very tender. Very lightly put the flour on because you don't want to change the recipe. You already have the right amount of flour in there. And turn it a half a turn and roll it. Turn it a half a turn and roll it. That way you don't roll it right into your countertop, and you wind up with a really good, tender pie crust.
And you don't have flour all over the place.
Right. So you need to keep just enough flour on there so that you don't have a problem, though. So we make sure that works all right. So anyway, you can see that rolls out nice and easy.
Very nice.
You know, basically, that's how you roll it out to where it's very manageable and easy, because a lot of times you have people either cracks or it's too soft. What we've done is we've taken the dough and we used apples and blueberries. It was a good blueberry year here from Miami and everything. So we made a little apple blueberry pie, which is kind of fun, different, and customized. But there's a lot of great pies out there. So.
And as smooth as that is, the end result is going to be something that's as pretty as
tender.
that.
It's tender. Yeah. I'm just happy to use all these local products. And remember, when it's made in Oklahoma, it's good for you and it's good for Oklahoma.
Right.
Thanks, David.
Smells great.
All right, we'll cut you a piece of that.
Appreciate it.
Thanks.